Good morning, everyone. Today is Thursday, March 12th, and we're back to the new channel, Retire on Crypto, where we have a new series called the Orange Series. This series did start on the old channel, which is obviously still going, the Retire on Dividends channel. But I did, for those of you that do not know, I did branch off two channels from the Retire on Dividends channel. For those, that are specific to either crypto, options, or dividends, now you can go to whatever channel you want, unsubscribe to the one you hate, subscribe to the one you like, whatever you want to do. So this channel's focus is Bitcoin, MSTR, crypto, whatever, right? So, and it's going to share my journey, my thoughts, on all of those topics. And yes, I do plan on retiring on crypto. So I'm going to retire on crypto, I'm going to retire on options, and I'm going to retire on, of course, dividends, aka, or also I should say distributions, right? Makes sense. Anyway, so obviously you can see the screen is orange. This series is named the Orange Series. And so right before the video, I decided, okay, what does it mean? What does orange mean in crypto? I'm not sure if you guys can even see this. But apparently, again, it started with the whole orange pill concept. And it says it came from a philosophy similar to the Matrix with a red pill. I got to be honest, I never saw the Matrix. I was never motivated to even entertain the movie. It looks stupid to me, but everyone says I'm wrong and it's a good movie. But anyway, orange represents a shift towards valuing Bitcoin's financial sovereignty and decentralization. All right. So long story short, when you say orange pilled, whatever, it just means like you're a believer, right? You believe. Can you guys hear me, by the way? Mic check 1 2 1 2. Forgot to ask that. Give me 1 second. Okay, I had to mute the other screen. All right, so that's orange, and then of course, let's do a quick Bitcoin check, and we are okay, good. We're at 70, just in time for the video. So we hit 70. It was a little red yesterday, maybe because of this whole war thing. There's never. You hope to see some good news, and then there's a little bad news, and there's good news, and it's back and forth. But whatever, Bitcoin's at 70,000. The markets, quick check. Everyone's down. The S&P's down. The NASDAQ is down. The Dow is down. The Russell's down. So looks like we're headed into a nice little red open. But we'll see. We'll see. The VIX is at 25 in the pre-market as well. Also, this episode, again, this is the number 7 episode. I'm going to show or talk about the power of STRC, and I did do a separate video on STRC on the other channel, of course. But yeah, it's a fund, it's a preferred stock through MSTR, and we'll get into that and go to a website I found. But basically, it's there to help MSTR buy more Bitcoin. But in the process, it's a tool. It's a tool. It's a little, a credit tool to basically, think of it like a bond, super bond, a Bitcoin bond, right? You just buy the fund at 100, you get paid a yield, and your money doesn't move, right? Although yes, it does move because it moves, anywhere from 95 to maybe 105. But in the end, you're going to be at 100. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to do wrenches at the same time. LA definitely deserves a wrench because I don't have, the problem with starting a new channel is you gotta redo your wrenches, and if you don't have the wrenches and you go live a lot, you don't have the time to worry about, the suckers coming in, making a fool, right? Who got time for that? that's why you got the good peeps out here who are willing to help moderate the channel. So yeah, I appreciate you guys. I'm not even sure. Does it give you the yes or no option when I click that, or is it kind of automatic? I forget. All right. Anyway, so welcome to episode number 7, the power of STRC. If you would like to see any of the prior 6 episodes, number 6 is on this channel. 1 through 5 is on the old channel. All right. So I always start with reminding everyone, when was your first buy, right? When was your first buy? My first buy was December 7th, 2017. Through Coinbase. I had Coinbase then because of course I'm jumping in. I'm a degen. I'm buying whatever the hell I can get to get rich. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. Of course, I was doing a whole bunch of other crap in the crypto space too, and I didn't buy and hold like a jackass. I did not. So I eventually, there's the first buy, and then there's the buy where you could say orange pilled. Although I hate saying that, so I'm not gonna lie. I try to avoid saying that, but it's the date I basically said, all right, I'm committed. I'm a buy and holder. This is now part of my portfolio. It's going to be a big, piece of the portfolio going forward. I'll figure out the rest as we go. But basically March of last year is when I bought in. It was 84,000 at the time. So you could say, okay, I'm actually lucky that the price continues to drop because I can continue to buy in cheaper and cheaper. And I am, yes, buying daily. And I am, yes, lowering my cost basis, which, I know it's annoying to hear, oh, buy the dip. Yeah, but I'm literally buying the dip every single day because it is a dip for me at the current prices. So I'm happy. Although, yeah, I want it to run, but I'd like to have a Bitcoin before it runs, but that's going to be a long time unless I get some massive, bonus one day and I can just buy a Bitcoin. But anyway, so let's move on past that. And then, of course, I did a video on the history. I had a lot of fun with that. If you follow me on X, I'm posting basically these snips not each day, but periodically. So I did cover it in a video form, but if you want to just watch the video, you can do that. If not, just follow me on X, and then you'll see, all that jazz coming through. My X handle, by the way, is retire on dividend, no D. I forget why. I think someone had the name. All right. The halving, again, this is another video, but I just wanted to let you guys know the next halving is in April of 2028. And then after that, every 4 years, essentially. And the reward for Bitcoin mining gets cut in half every 4 years till eventually they basically mine a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of a fraction. And then 21 million, actually not 21 million, 20 million, 9999999999999 Bitcoin gets mined. All right. Will there ever be 21? I don't think there can be. I think it'll just go out to decimal. But this is it. Like, this is the last date. So this is, technically the number of Bitcoin that will be mined. Not 21 million, 29,999,999,999. Okay? Makes sense? Good. All right. Let's go to Bitcoin per. Yeah, we did that the other week. So we're not going to repeat that. We did retire on STRC last week. And now we're into the weekly change. So let's cover this first. I did move the tab up front because it makes sense to talk about this first. By the way, I'm assuming audio works. Did someone clarify that? I missed it. Let me check. What we got? Loud and clear. There it is. Double D. Welcome. Who's got any questions so far? Who says orange pill, or who is an orange pill? I hate that whole thing. I'm not a true crypto, Bitcoin, whatever. I'm just I'm on my own little island over here doing my own thing. So, and you'll see that for many reasons. All right. So, all right, we're caught up. Let's go. Bitcoin supply. All right. This is a week over week tracker. So basically I track how much Bitcoin is in circulation as of today, or I'm sorry, as of last night, actually. 20,978 Bitcoin are in circulating supply. So that's a big milestone, right? We're now at 20 million. So essentially, there's less than 1 million Bitcoin to be mined. All right. Of course, that's going to happen over a long ass time. It's not going to happen anytime soon, right? We're all going to be gone by then. But, it's cool. It's cool to see that there's actually only going to be another million Bitcoin available when all said and done. And right now, whatever's out there, the 20 million, that's what's available, right? So the circulating supply change, 3,125, which looks to be, the supply left is what, 4.76%. Okay, so that's what I'm tracking there. All right, MSTR, they had a big buy this week, hence the name of the video, STRC. STRC, and then of course, yes, there's other preferred stocks that they have outside of STRC, but these preferreds are insane. I think STRC is going to be a massive, it already is, but it's just going to become so popular for everyone. And it's going to help MSTR buy so much damn Bitcoin that, it's I don't know. Would they ever own more than the ETF companies, or who knows? We'll see. But right now, over the past week, they bought could you imagine 17,994 Bitcoin? I can't even get to one. They're buying almost 18,000 Bitcoin. Like, good God, I am a bum. All right. Anyway, their MNAV, it went from 1.21 down to 1.2, which again still reflects a deal. MSTR price change went down this week went down 5.54%. STRC continues to show that it is a very stable fund. It moved down 0.02%. It is at $100.03. It's good and it's bad because I'm waiting to buy more. I'm trying to hope if it goes to 99, 98, 97, I'd like to buy more. I don't really want to buy it at 100 and raise my cost basis, because the deals are when it's under 100. But this monster of a monster, it's becoming way too popular now, and it's now barely inching under 100. I don't remember the last time it even touched under 100, but we'll wait for that. Also, ASST, we track them as well, also known as Strive. They bought Bitcoin. Woohoo! Finally, they bought Bitcoin this week, 178 Bitcoin. So that's good. That's good. The MNAV is low, 0.97, which shows they're a deal. I did buy a leap on them, FYI. I guess we can mention that towards the end, and we'll talk about it. ASST, was this price change? It went down 4.05%. Let's compare that to MSTR. MSTR actually went down more. Okay. And then SATA went up 1.47%. It's now at $96. So SATA is basically, it's like the same thing as STRC. Obviously, the backing is not through MSTR. The backing is through Strive, which is a much smaller company, but same idea. So this is at the discounted rate. This is under 100. This is beautiful. But again, we'll get into that too, and why I'm not buying on my Charles Schwab account. All right. All right. So let's continue. I see a question. Let's see. Here we go. Well, first Parabolic, it's going low. What's going lower? STRC? I hope. That would be sweet. Question, do you use recurring buys at Robinhood for STRC? Oh, hell yeah. So my recurring buys on Robinhood are Bitcoin, MSTR, STRC, ASST, and SATA, right? So all $10 each. That's every single day. Well, no, Bitcoin's every single day. The other 4 are 5 days, because the market's only open 5 days a week, obviously. But yes, hell to the yes. It's hard, honestly, because it's a lot of money. It adds up. and I'm into the margin now. I'm using margin, which I'm okay with because margin on Robinhood is super cheap compared, say you're paying 5-6% on Robinhood, whatever it is, I don't know, but you're getting paid on these, preferreds 10, 11, 12%. So it's like, all right, no brainer, right? But yeah, it's compound over compound. But we'll talk about that. Like I said, we'll get to that. I did and stopped. First time it overpaid. Yeah. Well, again, it's on autopilot. So yeah, I'm buying no matter what. I mean, I don't consider. I do own STRC on my options account, on my Schwab account, but though I think my cost base is in the $98 range. So yeah, that one I'm timing, right? But Robinhood's on autopilot. It's a crypto autopilot account. Okay. Bitcoin. What, you think Bitcoin's going down more? All right, come on. Let's think positive here. All right. Treasury companies. This is again one of the updates I do every single video. All right, so let's go. All right, so what I do is I go to a website. Got to give them credit, of course. Where is it? Bitcoin. That's not it. There you go. BitcoinTreasuries.net. Credit to you because you update your crap and you are accurate because I do check it. They have the top whatever. Well, I only track the top 20, but they have like the top 100. Yeah, I mean, so it's pretty sweet. So they track the top 100 public companies that buy Bitcoin and how much they own. So what we do is we track the top 20 week over week and we see what they bought. All right, we know strategy's number one. They're the champ. No one's catching them. They bought, yes, 17,000. We know. That is insane. Insane in the membrane. Whee! All right, so weekly change. What is this pulling? I got to double check this. 49. Yeah, so that's pulling the right thing. So I want to carry that down. Boo, 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 boo. Hey, boo, boo. All right, so this just shows what percent, right? It takes the current Bitcoin holdings and it divides it by B49 under the weekly change. B49 is the total circulating supply as of today. So I'm showing as of today, MSTR holds 3.69%. Actually, no, I'm sorry, as of yesterday, 3.69% of all Bitcoin in circulation. Now, some think that could be bad. Some say it's good. I guess it depends if you believe in strategy and their strategy and Michael Saylor, and you believe they're going to see this thing through and they won't sell their Bitcoin, right? If you don't believe in that, if you have second guesses, then obviously this is not good for you, right? Because you don't want someone you don't trust, someone you think could sell. Imagine if they started selling their Bitcoin, we're all screwed. But again, I think he has a very, very long-term, thought on this, what he's going to do with Bitcoin in the future. He's already doing it, right? He's already establishing it with STRC and the other preferreds, essentially creating his own little bank, right? But anyway, let's continue. Mara's number 2, but they're very, 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 very far away from strategy. Number 3 is 21 Capital. Number 4 is Metaplanet. Number 5 is Bitcoin Standard Treasury Company. 6 is Bullish. 7 is Riot. 8 is Coinbase. 9 is Hut. And 10 is CleanSpark. Strive is all the way down to number 11, but they did add some Bet the Coin this week, about 179. Is that what we had on the weekly change? I didn't even check. Yeah, about 170. All right, so that's right. Also, CleanSpark, for whatever reason, CleanSpark sold 150. So not sure what's up with that. If any of you own CleanSpark, do you guys know what's going on? What's going on? Tell me what's going on. All right, what else we got? No change in the standings. The standings are all the same. but I could tell you that 18 of the 20 are all US public companies. Of course, they're outside of what? Metaplanet and Next Technology Holding. All right. Now we go to the top of the crop. So basically here, we're going to look at some changes as well on various items. This, we got to give credit to, where the hell is the website? Bitbo.io / treasuries. That's where I go for this. Is it right? Hopefully. All right. Anyway, ETFs, they change. ETF's going to vary based on, the interest, obviously. But overall, ETFs bought 7,100 more Bitcoin. And this says of 21 million. So I guess they make the calculation based on 21 million. But the ETFs have about 7%. I mean, this number is going to grow because a lot more people are, much more comfortable gaining their exposure to the crypto world through an ETF, through something they're little more comfortable with. So obviously, this number, we expect it, or I would expect it to be a lot greater in the future. Because think about it, like if you go to your financial advisor, if you go to like the everyday person, like just ask them, like, what % of your portfolio is in Bitcoin? They're gonna be, what? Get the hell out of here, unless they're obviously, but there's a very, very small portion out there. Like if you go to work today, just ask that question to one person, and just see what they say. Like, what % do you allocate to Bitcoin in your, either your active portfolio, your retirement portfolio, or whatever? What does your financial advisor tell you to do, right? And I don't know. My guess is little to none, right? Countries, no change. I don't know. These countries are slacking. I guess they have so many. They have to pass. They have to get it approved, and that's rightfully so. But still, it's come on, Cletus. All right, public companies. Increase of 17,000. Private companies, I'm showing no increase. That's why I haven't really been tracking them. And then mining companies, DeFi, no increase. Again, the countries, no increase, so nothing to talk about there. Here's the ETFs. Again, the biggest ETF is the BlackRock one. That's IBIT. IBIT is, they're the king. They're the king, of course, because they're owned by, it's freaking BlackRock. They're the, the largest. Because again, you think about Bitcoin ETF, you think about IBIT. That's the first thing you type in. You don't type in any others. Maybe the Fidelity one, right? FBTC. But Grayscale, the reason they're here, they've been around, right? Grayscale's been here way before these other suckers. So that's why they're pretty big. And I'm not sure who these, the others are. But obviously they're also, very popular in general, but nothing compared to the BlackRock fund. All right. So let's see. Let's go to the preferred. Now, again, I did a real quick search. Again, this Google AI, it's awesome. You just type in crap and it just tells you stuff. Now, STRC, like I did a search. All right. How is STRC used to buy more Bitcoin for MSTR? All right, let's see what it gave us. STRC is a variable rate perpetual preferred stock used by MicroStrategy to fund Bitcoin purchases. As a yield-based funding tool, MSTR sells STRC to investors for cash and immediately uses those proceeds to buy more Bitcoin, often in large off-hour blocks. It is designed to attract income-focused investors. That's me, with high variable monthly dividends, approximately 11.5%, which is as of now. That keep the stock trading around 100 par value, providing consistent stream of capital for Bitcoin accumulation. And then some details down here, funding mechanism. MSTR treats STRC as a primary engine for financing along capital accumulation. All right. It says here, MSTR amended its agreement to allow for selling STRC and buying Bitcoin during pre-market and after hours. So I guess they were not able to do that. It was limited to maybe market hours. I don't know, but now they could buy whenever the hell they please. So that's good, right? Because there's certain, maybe it dips, maybe they're noticing like it dips more after hours, pre-market, more obviously, especially on like, you know, red days. Like today's pretty red, although Bitcoin's a little blah. Yeah, and then there's others like STRD, STRF, and STRK. We don't talk about them. I don't talk about them because I don't own them. I'm not saying they're bad. I just haven't. When I did look at all four of them, STRC it stuck out to me as a better choice, right? All right. So now, when you look at the preferreds again, this is just tracking each. I haven't updated these. I don't know if these yields have changed, to be honest. So I'm just looking at STRC and SATA. SATA did increase its dividend this week. It's now up to 12.75%, which is awesome. This is awesome. And it makes it even more awesome because it's at $96. So, you know, very nice, very nice. Also, all right, since we are live, let me check the comments. Brother Sailor can't stop selling shares to buy Bitcoin. Selling shares of what? All right, let's see. Counting. All right, Double D's going to work. Have a good day. He's got to commute. He's going to listen to us on the commute. If so, we got to talk about him. All right. Anyway, let's continue. 1 mil. This is something new I did decide to add. It's the road. It's Strategy's road to 1 million. All right. Sorry, I had to take a sip of coffee. Now, again, we saw how much Bitcoin Strategy owns, and did I update? Yeah, this is updated. Weekly change F49. Yeah, it's on the new thing. So Strategy owns 738,731 Bitcoin. They need 261,269 Bitcoin to hit 1 million Bitcoin. All right. They have a weekly average buy, at least as of 2026. They've been buying an average of 6,623. So that tells me they can, you know, if they keep on that pace, they would have 1 million Bitcoin in 39 weeks, which would be December 10th, 2026. Of course, understanding earlier in the year, these preferreds weren't as popular. As they're gaining popularity, I would think this number is going to go up, which will make this date even sooner. But as of now, yeah, we're showing that they're going to hit 1 million Bitcoin as of the end of the year, before the end of the year. So that's, again, take that for what it's worth. Whether it's good or bad in your eyes, that's up to you. I think it's great, to be honest. The number of Bitcoin, again, 1 million against the total supply of 21 million, even though it's 29,999,999.9999999. So that would mean they own about 4.76% of the total supply. Again, in the end, they're probably going to own much more because, again, they're not stopping. Like, this train is not stopping. All right. So it's going to get, you know, definitely interesting along the way. Now, more information about the preferreds. I did add 2 new columns just this morning. I can highlight them for you guys. Again, feel free to ask questions. This is just a chill video, talking Bitcoin and MSTR and, you know, learning along the way. If you guys have recommendations for like a topic for next week or the week after, let me know. I'm all for it, because I want to learn as much as I can to help the journey. All right, so I have 2 accounts. I have Schwab and Robinhood, basically. Robinhood is we'll call it my orange account. They have a margin maintenance of 50% on both STRC and SATA. Again, that means I can borrow on half of the money I'm investing, right? And that's great. That's a great margin maintenance for both of those. So as I'm doing, daily buys on these, it means I could borrow on half of what I'm putting in, which is awesome. This is awesome because again, you want to borrow on Robinhood. Their freaking interest rate is cheap, especially when you're getting paid almost double, more than double on yield on the funds. Now, Charles Schwab, I own STRC, but I do not own SETA. Why? Well, this is why. They are 100% margin maintenance. This means when I put any cash towards SETA, I cannot borrow against it. So let's just say I bought, $10,000 worth of SETA, right? I cannot borrow on any of that 10,000. So that 10,000 that is in cash, I could borrow against that today. But once I buy that, my margin availability will drop by the 10,000. So, I mean, I'm not gonna buy it in Schwab. I would if this lowers to 50. Yeah, hell yeah, I'm buying. Because why? They're $96 freaking dollars. $96. That is below par, right? STRC, they're not moving, man. Maybe they will, but right now they've been stable. This sucker is in the $96 range. You know what that means? Well, with their beautiful high yield of 12.75%, if I bought at 96, I would have a yield on cost of 13.28%. Not to mention future capital gains, which I don't even have that here. Future capital gains, son. What do you know about gains, brah? All right, we'll type that in. We'll make this nice and green. And we'll go like this. We'll go equals parentheses, par nav minus current price, close parentheses, divide by current price. And that will give you your expected capital gains. Obviously, if you go to STRC, you will be in the negative because they're currently above par, right? They cost a little more. So again, looking at both of these, what is the better deal? It's clear the better deal is SETA. But it's not a good deal for me in Charles Schwab because I don't want my margin to go down. Not saying I necessarily use margin, but I want it to be available if I need to use it. And this is gonna, decrease that. I don't want anything that high. I mean, even 75% is high. But I think eventually SETA, since it's so similar to STRC, I think all the big brokerages, if assuming there's others like this, they'll make it, whatever STRC is at some point, right? If not, I mean, I should probably ask, send them a message about it. I'm sure they're getting messages about it, but, Oh, yeah, by the way, Strive, ASST, they bought STRC. They made a big purchase of STRC, which was interesting for sure. I don't know if you guys saw that. Also, I found this website before I get into my holdings. Where is it? Here, strc.live. So basically, if we look here, this tracks all of, again, I'm not sure if this is completely accurate, but apparently it is tracking the buys, right? The buys of STRC, number of shares sold. It looks like it updates maybe once a week. And it shows like March 9th, the number of shares sold, 3.7 million, which is insane. Again, we go back to, I don't know when this fund launched, but do I have that information? Let's see. I do. All right. STRC launched on July 25. Yeah. So this goes back to July of 25 and right off the bat, they sold 28 mil, 262,000 in November. And then they were kind of tracking weekly and then a monthly. And then I think this is probably going to update. Oh, these are SEC filings. Okay. So they're showing how much they sold. All right. But yeah, obviously this week was a massive buy, 3.7 million. And again, I think this is just going to keep growing and growing and growing. Let's see, what is this? Confirm Bitcoin from STRC. Again, it's a pretty cool website. I did subscribe to the emails to get updates, but as I learn more, I'll probably keep this as part of the video update to give you guys updates. All right. Yeah, let me know if you have any questions on that. All right. What else? My holdings. All right. So what does this mean? This just means I'm, again, to Wolf's question earlier. Yes, I do buy daily all of these funds, right? There's 5 of them, so it's 50 a day. But Bitcoin currently this is the Robinhood 0.1184. Obviously, slight increase from the prior week. $10 a day, it only gives you so much, especially when it's costing 70 freaking thousand. But hey, regardless, it's going up, and that's what matters. And yeah, hit the likes, right? Yeah, let's check. I got my subscriber count here. Let's see if we can hit 50. Hit 50. Did everyone subscribe? I don't know, sometimes it's easy to forget. I looked up the other day and I was watching the video. I'm like, how am I not subscribed to this person? But yeah, if you did not subscribe yet, let's grow this channel. I know it's gonna be a while till this thing gets monetized, especially if I'm only doing videos once a week. But hey, it's all good. I decided to branch off, to make it a little more specific. Maybe that's a good idea. Maybe it's not. We'll find out. All right. Anyway, so I'm up to 0.1188 Bitcoin, MSTR 13.08 shares, STRC 22.65 shares, ASST 39.78, and then SATA 9.3. Now, I bought a leap. I bought a leap on ASST. So I don't know how I'm going to track it. Maybe I'll track it here. All right, so we'll do we'll do leap. And this will be, I don't know. We'll just remember that it's ASST. Maybe we'll shade this a very light orange. And that way we know. All right, so for the leap, as of this is supposed to be as of 3/11. I'm going to pull this up real quick. It's on my phone. Sorry, guys. I bought, just to let you guys know, I bought an $8 call on ASST. The current value of this leap is 510. Okay. If you're wondering what I bought it for, I bought it for 450. So yeah, I'm already doing all right. So if I sold it, the value of it would be 510 because I only bought one times 100. Now, believe it or not, when I went to buy a leap on ASST in whatchamacallit, in Charles Schwab, it said it's a non-standard contract, so I had to call. So I couldn't buy the leap on Schwab. So that's another, freaking annoying thing. But anyway, that's why I did it on Robinhood. I mean, it should be on Robinhood anyway. Keep the crypto there. So that, again, going forward, I will track the value of my leap. I may add more. So if ASST does dip again, I may add more leaps. But again, I bought this leap on margin, though. So keep that in mind as well. And this leap, if you're wondering, has an expiration date of January 21st, 2028. All right. So we got plenty of time for this thing to do blast off. So now for total value, of course, I will now add this to the total value each and every week. Boom. All right. So Let's go. All right, payouts. I did not see. I don't think I saw another pending distribution. Sometimes they get way ahead. Yeah, the SETA dividend that's coming in March 16th. That's going to be 870. And STRC already paid. When do they pay? They pay early, I think. Where the hell is it? I don't know. I can't find it. I think they pay in the beginning of the month. But anyway, so for the month of March, again, me retiring on crypto, how close am I? Well, this is how close I am. I made $28.24 for the month. But again, it's going to take time. All right. And obviously to the right, I put what we can buy with that. This is something from a video game thing for the kids. And yeah, don't even ask, but it's not good. All right. So yeah, that's the update, obviously, for that. And then last tab here, this is the hypothetical. If I do a loan, I'm still researching this. I'm not comfortable taking out a loan through Coinbase. I don't know. You know, I have to read more into it, because again, once you borrow against your Bitcoin, you have to trust the source of, you know, there could be something in the fine print which would screw you, or maybe you get screwed either way, right? I don't know. And it's not like I'm not saying I have a whole crap load of Bitcoin that I should be worried like this, but again, yeah, I want to test it out, but it's still, I need to do some more damn research. All right. Anyway, as of yesterday, I own 0.052, or as of this morning, actually 0.052 Bitcoin through, Coinbase. Balance 3,700. The loan allowed against that is 2,700, which is about 73%. The loan to value ratio, basically, that's where, I guess, the balance you have to keep in there. So if Bitcoin tanks below that, you're screwed. You're going to get liquidated. But I consider a safe loan 25% of the balance, which would mean I could borrow $933. And if I borrow $933 at a rate, current rate being 4.12%, you can see it's going down each week, so that's good. That would be, of course, yes, it's variable. So if I got a loan up here, I'd be getting charged here. So it's not like this is a fixed. So I wouldn't be locked in or anything. So it wouldn't really matter if I waited any longer. But the annual interest rate on that, I would be charged $38. Coinbase charges 1%. So obviously between the two, if I borrowed $933 for the year, I get charged $47. So on a monthly basis, if I add the fee plus the annual interest, divide that by 12, that's essentially $398 a month out of my pocket. All right. If I invested all of that in STRC, that would pay me $992. If you take the difference between the $992 and the $398, you would make $594 for basically doing nothing. So, just imagine, like, if the balance, say I had like $1 million, and obviously I'll undo this. I didn't run. I'm just curious what it would look like. Yeah, so I could be making what? A monthly dividend of $2,656 from STRC. I'd be paying back $1,066. My monthly profit would be $1,589. So if I ever own 1 million in Bitcoin, instead of selling it, I could borrow 250,000, right? Borrow against 250,000. And then, make about $1,500 profit. Again, that's the idea. That's the long-term thought behind it, at least in my eyes. Why else, right? There's two options to buy Bitcoin, right? You buy it to sell it for capital appreciation, or you buy it to borrow against the asset, right? And then make money on that. In the end, it's about making money. It's not about saying, oh, I own Bitcoin because I own Bitcoin, because I'm changing the world. No, I own Bitcoin because I'm going to make money. So I don't really, give two craps in general. If would I sell it if it went to 1 million? or would I borrow against it? That's a great question. I'd probably sell it because I can't control it myself, and it would, because that's life-changing money for me. But I mean, this is why I'm kind of drawing out the picture to, get an idea of what my strategy should be long term. Because as time goes on, more and more companies will allow you to borrow against your Bitcoin, right? So I don't know. It's just a thought. All right, you guys have been quiet. We got 137 people on from X and YouTube. How you doing? Let me know if you have any questions. We're about to wrap it up, I think. Is your loan called if Bitcoin drops to 52K? Yeah, I'm not sure quite the number that it would have to drop to, but yeah, that could be a cool column. Loan to value 86. So yeah, what would that be? It's actually a good question. BTC 86%. So this would be what? This divided by that. Yeah, so 60 would be the number. But that's only if I borrowed, the loan to value is against the balance, right? So if it drops to that, 3210, that's why I would borrow much less, right? So, yeah, we'll I just added that. We'll track it going forward. You get an idea, but it looks like 60,000 would be the point. All right. All right. Any questions on MSTR, on a Bitcoin, on STRC, on SATA? Let me know. Let me know. I know it's freaking Thursday. What a week. Long ass week, man. All right. Any for those of you here, obviously there's more of you on X usually. So if you're on X, you're allowed to type. So if you guys have suggestions for next week's episode, type those in the comments right now. Or of course after the video if you're watching it not live. But I need to get some ideas. Of course, I have shitcoins. This is the idea bucket. I already did shitcoins though. Country stance, I didn't do that yet. I haven't had any guests on. I haven't really dove into the mining, and I haven't dove into the ETFs. But does anyone else have suggestions to go in the idea bucket to talk about in the future? Anyone? And I don't have a retire on crypto song, unfortunately, but I could probably end it with the retire on dividends song if you guys want. What do you got, Alan? Anything? Bruce, you still awake? You having your coffee? Buying Misty, use the distros to buy Bitcoin or STRC. Or you could buy Misty, use the distros to buy STRC, use those dividends to buy Bitcoin, right? And that's the thought behind my Robinhood account, that eventually I'll make so much on STRC and SATA that those dividends will pay what I'm buying on a daily basis, right? Which is, $10 a day for each fund. So you're thinking a Bitcoin compounding party, or I don't know, we could think of a name. Compound Fiesta. Yeah. All right. So we'll write that down. Anything else? Any certain things you want me to look up? I know I want to do the Bitcoin mining part. So Parabolic, if you're still here, I would love for you to talk about that. Or if you want to just share information, I could bring it up on the video. Let me know. But yeah, Wolf, what are your so it sounds like you're dripping your Misty, right? So, and you want to get to house money. So once you get to house money, it sounds like you want to put your Misty funds somewhere else, right? You want to use that cash to buy something. So yeah, you can make a compound. It could create something crazy, especially like if Bitcoin runs, man. Your distribution is gonna be sweet. All right, good. You're still here. Sounds like keyword compound fiesta, possibly. All right. I don't think anyone else has any questions. I think everyone's tired. Everyone's getting ready for work, or everyone's napping. Either way, as always, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor, and this video was for the fun and entertainment. So hopefully you had fun. Hopefully you're entertained. If not, then guess what? Oh well, right? Oh well, it's a new channel. We don't care. We have our 47 subscribers. Oh wait, 49. We're happy with that. We need one more. All right, maybe I'll leave this screen up as I play the song. Should I play the song until we get 50 subscribers? All right, I'll play the song until it ends. If we have 50 by then, it's over. If not, we'll keep it going. But I would suggest buying STRC since you're getting a dividend. I don't reinvest Misty until okay. Oh, you want to reinvest in Misty when your house money. Okay. All right, I'm going to play the song and then we'll come back with a keyword. But for now, you guys got to help me get 50 subs. So let's play the R to the O to the D song. Where is it?
Ooh. Yeah. Good morning, friends. R to the O to the D. Retire on dividends, you know me. Cash flow mindset moving differently. Numbers don't lie, plans stay ready. If you want that life, say freedom with me. R to the O to the D. Retire on dividends, you know me. Built, not sold, yeah, intentionally. No hype talk, just clarity. If you want that life, say freedom with me. Mid-40s, married man, house stay loud. Raising up boys, turning boys into men. New puppy running, chaos around. Still clocking in, but he plotting the end. Giants fan scars, yeah, he wear that pain. Smiles through the losses like part of the game. Never throw shots, never talks that mess. Yeah, builds people up, less results address. Yeah, streams every day, never missing a beat. YouTube live X when the mic get heat. Not selling dreams, just showing the math. Wins and drawdowns, full on his past. Spreadsheet brain with a streetwise frame. Plays a discipline, never chasing fame. R to the O to the D. Retire on dividends, you know me. Cash flow mindset moving differently. Numbers don't lie, plans stay ready. If you want that life, say freedom with me. Yeah, 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 yeah. Options on screen, risk handle precise. Structures built calm, every move got a price. Cover calls roll, protection in place. Time on his side, patience setting the pace. They say slow down, he say stay exact. Same palm tone when the market snap. Runs through mud just to test that will. Same mindset when the chart goes still. Sings on the post, crowd laugh, he grin. Go dig a hook, but the lesson still win. Movie quotes fly, wrestling frame. Serious work, but he keep it light, man. R to the O to the D. Retire on dividends, you know me. Cash flow mindset moving differently. Numbers don't lie, plans stay ready. If you want that life, say freedom with me. If you want that life, say freedom with me. This was for fun and entertainment purposes. I hope you have fun and were entertained. And if not, I'll do better next time. And if you made it this far, and you want to make sure everybody knows, gotta say the keyword. Freedom! Ooh. Yeah. Good morning, friends. R to the O to the D. Retire on dividends, you know me. Cash flow mindset moving differently. Numbers don't lie, plans stay ready. If you want that life, say freedom with me. R to the O to the D. Retire on dividends, you know me. Built, not sold, yeah, intentionally. No hype talk, just clarity. If you want that life, say freedom with me. Mid-40s, married man, house stay loud. Raising up boys, turning boys into men. New puppy running, chaos around. Still clocking in, but he plotting the end. Giants fan scars, yeah, he wear that pain. Smiles through the losses like part of the game. Never throw shots, never talks that mess. Yeah, builds people up, less results address. Yeah, streams every day, never missing a beat. YouTube live X when the mic get heat. Not selling dreams, just showing the math. Wins and drawdowns, full on his path. Spreadsheet brain with a streetwise frame. Plays of discipline, never chasing fame. R to the O to the D. Retire on dividends, you know me. Cash flow mindset moving differently. Numbers don't lie, plans stay ready. If you want that life, say freedom with me. Yeah, 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 yeah. Options on screen, risk handle precise. Structures built calm, every move got a price. Cover calls roll, protection in place. Time on his side, patience setting the pace. They say slow down, he say stay exact. Same calm tone when the market snap. Runs through mud, just to test that will. Same mindset when the chart goes still. Sings on the post, crowd laugh, he grin. Go dig a hook, but the lesson still win. Movie quotes fly, wrestling frame. Serious work, but he keep it light, man. R to the O to the D. Retire on dividend.
All right, we hit 50. Wow, that was not easy. Anyway, guys, keyword time. So if you made it this far in the video and you would like to prove it, you gotta say the keyword. You have to see the baby. All right, what's the keyword, ladies and gentlemen? What do we got? What do you got? Brother AB to the rescue, number 50. He saved us from listening to that song 50,000 more times. What is the keyword? How about 50? 50 is the keyword. So if you made it this far in the video and you want to prove it, you got to type in the keyword, and that's fitty. All right, fitty. So anyway, so obviously, thank you to all the live people for getting up bright and early, joining the party, Retire on Crypto channel. Welcome, welcome. 50 subscribers strong. We will grow this channel in due time once we find, you know, our crypto friends, our Bitcoin friends, MSTR friends, STRC friends, all kinds of friends, right? But anyway, thank you for watching and have a good day. Keyword fitty, fitty in the house. All right. Anyway, I'm out of here. Have a good day, everyone. Later.